Hello everyone, I am Sunil of Vision Inc. Today, I am pleased to present Vision Inc.'s first business strategy, 2025 to 2028. First of all, our philosophy is to contribute to the global information and communications revolution and contribute to the advancement and development of society and humanity. We all are working on this. Here is the core strategy of us. We are working to sustainably grow our business by evaluating these three key points: the niche and focus strategy, the price and quality leadership strategy, and the upselling and cross-selling strategy. There are various points to be considered here, but first of all, these are important to build the foundation for sustainable growth. Considering that we are a listed company, it describes our mission to make our presence valuable in society through our business and to meet the needs of our customers to the best of our ability. Please read it here. Perhaps what you are all most concerned about is the specific numbers. It does not include any particularly large new business, but rather, please understand that the figures are just one of the milestones in the expansion of our current business. First, by 2028, we will increase sales from the current 35 billion yen to 63.4 billion yen, operating profit from 5.36 billion yen to 10 billion yen, and net income from 3.37 billion yen to 6.8 billion yen. We are currently maintaining ROE of over 20%, and we will continue to maintain the same level of performance through 2028. Last year, we paid our first dividend, which was not paid until 2023. We are going to focus more on dividends than shareholder benefits. And we know that paying a 50% dividend for the first 2 years will not affect our growth in any way as we build this plan. In addition, we have almost no debt, so we will realize a solid return to our shareholders. In terms of our growth vision, the first and most important thing for the global Wi-Fi business is to improve service quality. There are many types to describe Wi-Fi connections, such as stable and high-quality connections. But since we provide services in more than 200 countries and regions, we need to achieve high quality and ultra-fast connection speeds around the world. We are currently monitoring all global Wi-Fi locations on the planet, how fast they are being used, and how strong the signal is. We have established our position in the industry through observing and improving them repeatedly. Especially for corporate customers, the use of large volume data tends to increase in the future, and telecommunications carriers around the world have networks that can withstand this trend. We would like to be able to offer this to corporations and individuals who use large amounts of data. In addition, World eSIM has been added as a new engine for our growth. In meeting the new need for use by people traveling alone, there is still a big difference between eSIM and global Wi-Fi in many areas, such as quality, available areas, speed, or cross-country use. On the other hand, there are many customers for whom those needs alone are sufficient, and we would like to actively acquire these customers as well. In addition, inbound travel is growing rapidly. We are also expanding the number of counters at airports, increasing the number of vending machines, and number of overseas partners. The government has set a target of 60 million inbound travelers by 2030, and we would like to meet the current needs in order to achieve this target. We will also establish a new New York subsidiary. Of course, Korea and Taiwan are doing their best, and Vietnam is also supporting remotely. However, we will finally start to aggressively acquire outbound business in New York this year. We would like to use this as another growth engine and acquire foreign currency aggressively. Fortunately, more and more American people are already using global Wi-Fi when they come to Japan. Originally, SIMs were the mainstream, but more and more people in the US are using Wi-Fi because they find it more convenient and inexpensive to share. We would like to acquire such customers when they go to other countries as corporations. We will also invest in this area, so the growth rate will be slightly lower over the next 2 years. But over the next 3 to 4 years, we hope to build a solid foundation to increase the rate of growth toward 10 billion yen, and we will work to exceed this forecast. As for the information and communication service business, as the first business here, we have created various business models until now. Honestly speaking, Global Wi-Fi is still alive because of this model. We will further update this foundation from here. Data-driven sales is essential for the future growth of BPO support. This means sharing data with the customer and making appropriate recommendations for what is shared. Of course, we need the customer's consent to share the data. In the future, companies will need to make a variety of choices when buying something, and having a variety of correct information will help them make the best choice. We will expand this area as a foundation for providing correct information to our customers. We would also like to see startups invest where they can grow, considering that there is a great shortage of human resources today. And as for those that should be off-balanced, we will support them well, utilizing DX, AI, etc. We have a clear view of the roadmap for these next 5 years. Therefore, I would like to steadily implement these measures for the benefit of customers and realize that this will lead to high profits. The information and communication service business is finally entering a phase of evolution, which we call Vision 3.0 within the company. I hope you will enjoy it. We have only one more glamping site in the Kansai region, but we are actually working to expand our tourism business. Since the year before last, we have been working with various overseas travel agencies on inbound tourism, and we have been supporting various aspects of inbound travel, such as content in Japan and transportation. This area is also gradually growing, and we intend to expand it further. In terms of future growth, we will continue to grow steadily at the same pace as we are growing now, and the current range we can imagine is 10 billion yen. However, we see this as just a passing point for us. I believe that there is much more to be gained through this strategy, and I would like to draw up a growth strategy that will further change the angle of the growth at some point. Vision 3.0 is the gateway to this process. As I mentioned earlier, as for the global Wi-Fi business, the number of travelers in 2024 is still less than 70%, but the number of inbound travelers is growing incredibly, and it is said that the number will exceed 60 million by 2030. The global demand for tourism and business travel is expected to increase from 1.4 billion in 2024 to 1.8 billion in 2030. and the number of people travelling abroad is set to increase by approximately 400 million. We would like to strengthen our overseas strategy while catching up in this area, and considering that the world eSIM can be used without airport counters, we will be able to compete worldwide. I would like to build a solid foundation and a relationship of trust with telecom carriers, and reach a stage where we can compete with them. This is the global Wi-Fi business, which includes domestic, overseas, inbound market, and world eSIM. And we are aiming for sales of 34.1 billion yen and profit of 8.4 billion yen. In fact, profits here will not grow at a rapid pace in the following 2 or 3 years, but we are actively investing in eSIM and overseas, so the growth here will be restrained. Considering that the overall total is about to reach 10 billion yen, the information and communications service business on the next page has significantly increased its sales from 14.4 billion yen to 23.7 billion yen. Profit was also raised from 1.6 billion yen to 3.5 billion yen. Therefore, the information and communications service business has more than doubled in terms of profit from 1.6 billion yen. So we will continue to grow the potential of this business, which is our first business, while the global Wi-Fi business will continue to grow by making solid investments. We have been repeating this process since the establishment of the company, while creating a well-balanced, stabilized stage for the overall growth of the company. In the Business Strategy 2025 to 2028, some divisions will reinforce the stabilized stage in 2025 and 2026. On the other hand, it is a repetitive process of taking turns between stretching and stabilizing. So the goal of 10 billion yen in 2028 may seem difficult in terms of numbers, since it is almost double the current profit. Since the main element of that goal is to update the current business model, I think it is more feasible, since it is not a sales figure for some new business. However, I would like to continue to increase these numbers based on the premise that they are only a passing point. Next, I am sure everyone is interested to know how much is actually invested in world eSIM. The blue graph here shows the budget for the investment plan. Of course, we are not planning for an overall drop in profits or a year-on-year decline due to investment a lot from these numbers. We have not entered specific sales figures here, but with the overall numbers in mind, we hope you are aware that the investment here is to acquire new customers and to increase repeat users and to make them aware of world eSIM. Next, here is the increase in operating profit, which I think is very easy to understand. If we subtract 6.439 billion yen in fiscal year 2025 to achieve 10 billion yen, we can see where and how much we are adding on. Since the original profit of the global Wi-Fi business is large, we plan to have a plus of 1.937 billion yen in this fiscal year. On the other hand, since the information and communications service business is 1.689 billion yen, the information and communications service business will catch up with the growth of the global Wi-Fi business. As for the glamping and tourism business, it is still a business that has a high affinity with the global Wi-Fi business, so there is no major reason for separating the segments, but we have cut it out to make it easier to understand. This is not a large profit either, but we hope to generate revenue with solid synergies. In addition, there are still many things we can do, such as utilizing AI and DX, and changing the ratio of indirect departments to the entire company using technology. Looking at these figures alone, I believe they are not that difficult to achieve, but we want to make sure we achieve them. Lastly, the ARR of the company-wide recurring revenue is 2.18 billion yen, as previously announced in 2024. And this will increase to 3.9 billion yen in 2028 as planned, with a higher degree of certainty. This is only what we are receiving in subscription, so the transaction will actually be added here. Considering that the overall profit is 10 billion yen, more than half of the profit in 2028 will already be based on that revenue from subscriptions, and the weight of the recurring revenue will exceed 50%. Therefore, I believe that the effects of the investment will begin to be realized around 2028 and will lead to the next stage of growth. I would like to conclude my presentation of the Business Strategy 2025 to 2028. Some of you may be excited, thinking that we are going to do 10 billion yen with a lot of new things. But in fact, we can achieve 10 billion yen just by expanding our current foundation. We will continue to work together with and for our customers, believing in the possibilities. Our growth is proof that our customers are growing as well. I would like to continue to pursue the figures announced in the Business Strategy 2025 to 2028, and I hope that everyone will expect us to do more of this and do more of that, and make various suggestions. Vision Group will continue to work hard to achieve further growth, and we hope you will continue to support us. Thank you very much for watching the video today.